Thumbnail? Alright, thumbnail again. Ready?
Yeah, thumbnail.
Thumbnail? Wait, what am I holding? What the fuck am I holding?
The dick between your legs, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Wait.
where your dick at? Where your dick at?
Where your dick at?
Hold on.
Where your dick at?
What is that?
Hit it!
Oh.
Anyways, welcome everyone to Deck Swabbers, Ep.4.
Oh, man.
My name is the Real Panda Bear. I'm one of your hosts today, and joined with me are Aaron Hikari. Also, we got Mark, or the Homo Sapien Pirate, and we got Richard BW. Or Richard.
Big reveal.
Yeah, the big reveal. He finally has a
He's
camera.
got a camera.
Woo!
I have a camera. I'm not just a voice. It's crazy.
He's not,
The voice is in our heads.
Profile picture.
Yeah, I'm not a disembodied voice. Yeah, we're good.
He's not a Synchro Summon Blackwing card.
That's true. I'm not. The allegations are true. I am not Blackwing Armor Master.
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
The law
Anyways.
was clearly made. Yeah. Anyways, we have a lot to talk about this time. It's been 2 weeks, you know, as we
We do.
always
It has been 2
schedule
weeks.
it. And a lot of stuff has happened. You know, we've done Treasure Cups, we've done pre-releases, we've done some of us have done already an OPOA tournament as well. We've been seeing stuff going on as well. So we just want to let's start with I think with something that's more fresh on our minds, the Treasure Cups, right? How did we do? Did we win Peronas? And what are our thoughts on it?
All the reaction.
I guess I'll go first. So the very first Treasure Cup I did, all the way back on, what was it? The 30, I believe it was not the 31st. I got the date right here. So it was the 28th at Brute Force Games. My round one was so scuffed. Like it was a very close game between me and my opponent. First of all, I was playing Perona and he was playing Lucci, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the short of it was I misplayed because I cleared his board incorrectly, and then that cost me the round. But from there, I went undefeated, and I locked in. I just like refused to like lose again after that, because I was like, nah, like I could have had that, and I wanted to like prove it basically by like going undefeated for the rest of the tournament for sure, and it paid off. I got 5th, you know, and Brute Force is extremely generous with the credit at that Treasure Cup. I really appreciate that. Like, holy moly, like I got 5th and I got like $40 store credit. Like that, you can't beat that. You know what I mean?
You can't beat that.
But yeah, that was definitely like my first Treasure Cup experience, and I definitely think that like if you're getting into that, you should definitely just like hone in on a deck that you really enjoy and make sure that like you're comfortable with it and that you can perform the way you want to, so you don't regret it. Because like I definitely was like, I could have won that, and I was like in my head for a little bit. And then my round 2 opponent, he was playing Zoro Sanji, and he was just happy to get to 10 Dawn, and like that was also part of the reason I locked it. I'm like, this kid's just excited to play the game, and I'm over here stressing about I misplayed. Oh
Yeah.
my, you know what I mean? So I was like, you know what, this kid is just having a good time. Let me relax a little bit, you know, and not take it so seriously. That definitely helped. So
I get you.
Yeah. No, I feel like this Treasure Cup, like, it's been more of a learning experience and like more of like how to deal with losses a lot more, right?
Oh yeah.
If as you guys know, I played Lucci and I played the same list that I played in regionals that I went 7-3 with. But for like the first few Treasure Cups, I was just not doing well in my opinion. Like I went X2, X3, and I was like, damn, bro, like what's going on? You know, am I just a really bad player actually, or am I just doing poorly? Have I just been getting bad draws? Did I just get lucky at regionals? Just why I went 7-3? But you know, it was definitely a really cool experience to just be like, okay, you know what, like we're still playing for fun here, right? Yeah, there's a Perona card that first place gets, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's a good simulation of like how you conduct yourselves in like more major tournaments or bigger tournaments at that, right? And it's a good litmus test in how you can handle that. So honestly, like I did 4 treasure cups total, right? And actually, for the very first time in the it was a year and 3/4 now that this game has been out that I've been playing for. It was the very first time I actually went to overtime, and then also ended on like ran the timer down. It was the very first time I've ever done that. And I ended up losing the game because, one, we had the same amount of life. We had 2 life each. I was playing against a Gecko Moria. And then before the timer ran down, I did a Spandine into Khalifa. And Khalifa had me draw 2 and a trash 2. And then we did a deck check. And he won by deck size by 1 card.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, like, that first round was just like... It felt weird because it didn't feel like a loss at all. It was just like, oh, well, it's just over. Right? It didn't feel...
unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah. But it's like, I felt like, it just didn't feel like a loss to me for some odd reason. I didn't feel like a loss at all. It was just like, oh, okay, well, that's unfortunate. But, if we still kept playing, it still would have been a good game. It was just unfortunate that it ended so early. But, but very weird experience to just, like, end on overtime for the very first time like that. Because my games never go in overtime. Ever.
Yeah.
And if they do, it's like, I can't remember the last time that ever happened. But it's just like, I usually play pretty fast. If I think, I might think for only a little bit longer. I usually try to avoid to like run down the timer because I just feel like, oh shit, like I don't want to be like seen as someone who runs out the timer to get wins or anything. So
yeah,
it was just a matter of, it was weird because we were having such an even game too. We kept doing the back-to-back Gecko Morias and such. So
yeah.
500 Gecko Morias on the field.
500.
Yeah, and he was playing really well too because he kept going for my board and not for life. He never once tried to go for game. So it's just like, we're going on this back and forth the entire time.
Yeah.
100%. And it is like we said, just like unfortunate circumstances because you guys are both playing to the best of your ability, and then all of a sudden time runs out and it just comes down to whoever had more in deck. Like it's very odd experience, and it's like not like refreshing either because you're like, oh well, I guess I guess that'll never happen again. Like, because it could,
it could,
Like,
yeah.
Especially when it comes to like 10 rounds, dude. Like you're gonna run into a lot of people that are like thinkers. You know what I mean? Not that it's intentional, but they're genuinely trying to like pick out the best decision, and it genuinely takes them that long. You know what I mean? And there is a way to conduct yourself to be like, hey, like could you please make a play? Like it's been like a minute and a half, But
like, there's a nice way to go about it.
Yeah,
there's definitely a nice way to go about it, and like I don't think there's anything wrong with just asking your opponent like, hey, like it has been like 2 minutes, a minute and a half, like could you make a play? Because it's like that's a tactic that people do, is like they take forever on their play and you zone out because you're like, oh, he's thinking, you know what I mean? And it's not that you shouldn't be kind to your opponent, but you should be
on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, it's not that you shouldn't be kind to your opponent, but, like you should be able to like ask them to respect your time as well and be like, hey, like, I know it's a hard decision, but like I need you to make a play because like I'm losing it here. Like, I'm not even
I'm tweaking, bro. I'm tweaking. Make your play.
That's super fair.
So I there is something to learn from it, but like in the moment I can totally understand how you're just like, dude, like what the heck do I like, what just happened? That confusion.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Richard, Mark, would you guys want to talk about your experience?
Yeah, so I played in that same Treasure Cup. I played in that same Treasure Cup at Brute Force Games. First round, I played against RP Law. I was playing my boy, Purple Luffy. I had to keep playing it. I'm still playing it right now. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. First round, RP Law. Very close game. Very close game. I beat him. I think it like came down to like him not having like a 2K or something like that. But I played that matchup very well because it's a scary matchup for Purple Luffy. Aggro decks are scary. I think he double kid killered me too, and I still lived. So I was like, whippy. So that round was fine. After that, I believe I played against Rob Lucci. I played against Rob Lucci. I won that match. I think round 3. I don't remember if round 3 or round 4 was when I lost. I lost once that tournament. It might have been round. It might have been round.
It might have been round 3
3.
actually. Yeah.
It might have been round. Played against another Lucci. That game, unfortunately, went on a little too long, and I couldn't find a second Kaido. If I had found a second Kaido, I would have won that game so much sooner. But it was a little rough. He also just had like very good answers for like everything that was going on. He played it really well. But I got hit with the like 200 Gecko Morias. That was rough. He just got too much value off of them and was just able to like refill hand while like also putting up blockers and stuff, which was like super rough for me to try to take his life. I do think, and I think after that, I played against an L. Easy matchup. Purple Luffy, I've not had a problem playing against an L. It's just swarm the board and they can't really take care of it. And then you drop a Kaido to finish it off, pretty much. Fourth, I think that was round 4, and then round 5. I think I might have. I don't remember what I played against final round. I'm trying to remember.
It was Reiju.
Was it Reiju? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. I don't think I played against any Reiju.
Oh,
that
was. Oh.
That was a different treasure cup.
That was.
They're all a blur at this point.
We were next to each other. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I do remember us being next to each other, but I don't remember. Oh, I played against Gecko Moria. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I played against Gecko Moria, and it was actually against the same player that Panda played against, but at a different. Might have been that same treasure cup or a different one. I think it was a different one.
Yeah.
It was like the next week's. It was the next week's or something like that.
I know who it was too. Shout out.
I beat that same player. I beat that same player. And Gecko Moria feels like it's kind of annoying that they can like put up board while also like swinging at you and stuff, and then like getting these value bodies into play. I think the biggest thing that got him was that I Magellaned him and I threw him off curve. I went first, so he was on the even curve, and he was expecting to be able to play Gecko Moria, so he added it back to hand with Hogback, and then I Magellaned him, and from there, it just threw everything out of loop because he had this Moria in hand that wasn't going to do anything, and I just like I pushed for big damage, and by then it was like there was no point in playing the Moria because it was just going to be too much pressure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I won that game. And then, I went 4-1. I got 4th place, I believe. And I think I got like 65 store credit or something like that from Brute Force games. Nice. Again, very generous prize pool. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think first place that day got like 140 or something along those lines.
Oh, they literally got like 140, 120.
It was like 140, one something. It was really good prize payout. And then I think like everybody from like 5th to 8th got $40. They all got the $40. Yeah, which is like double their entry, because I think it was like $20 entry. So it was really sweet. It was really sweet. I did not win a Perona on that day. I did not win a Perona on that day. I played in 2 more treasure cups after that. The one at tabletop, the one that I did play at tabletop on the Saturday after that, unfortunately, I just didn't do very well. My round 1, I played against Gecko Moria. I won the game. I think round 2, I think I played against... I don't remember exactly what I played against. I think it might have been like RP Law or something. No, I don't remember exactly what I played against. I just remember I played a not great matchup. I lost, and then I played another matchup, and I just lost again. And It was
Mhm.
unfortunate. Oh, I played against Mark.
Oh yeah, that's
Actually,
right. I'm
I
like,
actually played against Mark.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
played against Mark round 2, and my deck played 13 2Ks, and I saw 2.
Was
I
that the
saw
day I played
2.
BY Luffy or was it Lucci?
You were playing Lucci. You were
Lucci,
playing
okay, it was
Lucci,
Lucci day.
and that was the game that I cycled with Khalifa 3 times.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I cycled with
Oh,
Khalifa 3 times. I played a queen.
no
I could not,
way.
for the life of me,
I,
find the counter.
I
And
remember.
he realized it, so he just started swinging at my life, and it was super rough.
Yeah, because I remember
Um,
you Magellan and you threw my Gecko curve off, and then so
yep,
when I took it as a sign, I was like, okay, well, I just go face.
yeah, pretty much. He wrapped it up, and then I went to round 3. Played against another deck. I played against red yellow Sabo, and I again this time opposite problem. The deck was like,
Oh,
you said you wanted two
whoops.
Ks. I gotcha, monkey paw. Yeah, so I drew like every 2K in my deck, and then like no actual like playable cards. It was really rough.
Damn.
It was really rough, and by the time I played like any significant card, in my opinion, it was like already too late. It was like already too late at that point. And then like any swing at life past that point would just like put a card in their hand that like created too much value for them anyways when they were already on like
Like
10
rush
gone.
cards.
Yeah. So it's just like they would just get like another rush character, and like I was like, well, giving them more rush here is basically worse for me because they're already on 10 Dawn. So they're gonna need to make a play with double rush characters where they get to go play the rush character, swing for 7, and then play another character, put the old character in life, swing for like 10, and then swing for like 7 with lead. It was not I was like, I lost this game.
I'm cooked.
Yeah. After that game, that was the first time in a while that I've had like super negative headspace because my deck in playtesting had been doing so well, and then like the week before that had done like really well. Um, so it was like such a turnaround basically that like my brain was like, man, in all this testing and all this stuff, the deck did so well and was very consistent, and then I get these two like not great scenarios where I get either no 2Ks or all 2Ks. And it was just like my brain could not handle that.
Mm.
And I almost wanted, I did walk up to the TO and was like, hey, I'm dropping. And then I came back like 5 minutes later before the next round started, and I said, wait, do I have to keep playing to win the Perona from the raft? And they were like, yes. And I was like, all right, never mind. Just give me a second to get back in my okay headspace. I'll play it out.
Hmm.
I think after that I played against like Foxy or something, and then like I beat a
Oh.
Foxy, and then I don't remember what I played against after that. I think it wasn't like too many rounds after that. So
Yeah.
and then Wednesday,
Yeah, sorry. I want
another
to.
brute force games. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to comment on that like negative headspace thing with your deck. It's like, yeah, it can happen. Like, it's happened to me. I'm pretty sure it's happened with Mark and Aaron as well when their own
Oh yeah, I
respective
wanted
decks
to
as well.
I want to fuck my deck after that shit happens. I swear to
Anger
God, never
fucking-
ever. I just want to pick up my deck and throw it in the wall.
Oh,
But
no,
I'm
yeah,
like,
exactly.
no,
I'm
no,
like,
I get
fuck
you,
this
I
shit.
get
I'm playing
you.
blue yellow ace for now.
Bro,
And
I get you, I
times
get
played
you.
Perona,
it's like literally
and
some.
I'm like, I'm gonna draw 2 with You Can Be My Samurai. Draws 2 more You Can Be My Samurai.
Ah!
Why?
Yeah, you can literally. It does happen so too often.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, dude, fuck this deck, dude. Like, why the fuck am I playing this deck? And then like you play it again,
Why
it's
do
like,
I even
this
play
deck fucking cooks.
Yeah,
it's very situational.
basically.
It's very situational.
I had a bad showing that day. I recovered like afterwards or whatever, and like after I played like another game. After I played like another game or two, I was doing a little bit better. It's hard for me to shake that stuff. It's mostly when I break. If like
Yeah.
if like my opponent just like had it and like they just played out of like everything that I had, cool. It was a game. You know what I mean? It's those non-games that really get to me, where like basically like the hand feels completely unfixable, like no matter what you do, and then you're just drawing like more like not great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like every time I got hit for life in the 2K game, every time I got hit for life, it was another 2K, and then every time I drew a card, it was another 2K, and I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I thought I'd be fine because I had these 2Ks after mulliganing. Turns out I'm just gonna draw more 2Ks.
Right.
So, but anyways, that tournament was a bust. It was fine though. I had fun anyways. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a tournament.
Yeah.
I had fun hanging out with friends and stuff and just playing the game. And then I played in one more Treasure Cup, another Wednesday Brute Force Games. Didn't do too well at that one either. I think I went like 2 and I might have went like 3-2 or 2-3. No, I think I went 2-3.
Mm-hmm.
It was not great. It was not great. I had to play. So, mhm. What do you say?
But
But at the very end of the event, I did win a Perona.
woo!
I did win the raffle one.
So there was a winner in the
There was a
Swabbers.
winner.
Between the
Somebody
Swabbers,
won a
we got
Perona.
one
Doesn't
Perona.
matter how I won it.
Exact. No,
That's a real
100%.
winner.
And that's what I told Richard too. He's like, yeah, I didn't win it, but I won it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Sounds like you won it, buddy. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I played
Yeah,
Purple
yeah, I
Lucy
get
and
you.
won a Perona.
How I won this treasure cup without having to win it?
No, it's like, you know how those people will do like, oh, this deck is undefeated, like 10-0, and it's just like a
Yeah,
combination
yeah.
of like 2 to 3 tournaments that they play,
Yeah.
like 3 different
Yeah,
days.
they're like,
And then it's like against it's like the same 3 opponents and they're all just like little kids.
Learn to play event, and they're all their opponents are like literal children.
They're all just like
Like 10
5-year-olds.
and 1 out of 3 different learn to play events.
Yeah.
Mark, do you want to add into anything of your Treasure Cup experience?
Going back to like the topic of like, you know, bad mental health, mental space, that did a little bit apply to me in my second Treasure Cup. I'll go into the first TDLR, kind of make it synopsize so we don't extend the video too long. Long story short, I went X2. I bubbled into 5th because I had lost the last 2 rounds because I was 3-0 in the first round and at tabletop. And I lost both to the Meerkat or Andrew, and I lost the Crow TCG. Brandon's are both of them on RP Law, almost beating Brandon, but he had top decked a Kid and Killer off hard play into OTK, and then I was like, okay, I have one more chance to survive. If my next life is a 2K, the 8K leader swing is invalidated, and I can swing more legal. I see it; it's a non-counter. So, but I mean, I had a good time still, considering I did a lot better in my performance with a Lucci list that was post-ban list comparison to the running stage. Like, there are a lot of people who were already playing Lucci with stage, and I've always been the I hate stage, get that shit out of my deck kind of person, no matter what version it is. But that being aside, going to the second Treasure Cup, the mental very much drained me because I thought to myself, okay, I'm more than competent that player that's capable of piloting a very tough deck, and that being BY Luffy. Obviously, being BY Luffy, it was like the best deck in format, obviously, because it has a good matchup spread into a lot of decks, and that served to bite me in the ass because it's still considered a high roll deck. You have to open up a particular way, and you don't have, like, obviously, yes, don't break in any deck, and then you still be able to do good. I bricked very hard. I had lost to a Reiju player who he was learning Reiju at that event, and I had explained it to him that you can elect to choose which effect for Reiju to do in which sequence, because he wasn't drawing fully. He was initiating the effect of the 4-cost Reiju to draw 2 first before doing the leader effect to draw when you minus, and he was breaking himself into the state where he couldn't draw off of the Reiju because he was doing the Reiju leader effect first to draw. It's like, oh well, I have 6 cards and I can't do that, and I still lost to that because I had opened up 3 Shigan, 2 10-drop Kuzan, and I opened the one instance of a Gordon Searcher, and I completely whiffed. And the whole game, he was just swinging 8.
No.
And that definitely did a mental blow to me, and I disassembled the deck. And I really thought to myself, I was just like, okay, like, obviously I'm gonna stick this through because what if I win the Perona? Ho ho ho! And
Yeah.
the mental. I was already kind of drained already after the tourney, and finishing the tourney after playing Anami and somehow miraculously winning with BY Luffy against Anami.
Oh, that's a terrible matchup.
That was a very. I was surprised too. I think he just breaks just as bad as I did in my previous game, but I ended up finishing the tourney X 2 out of 5 rounds, and going back to it, I remember I played my first round was Ping, and she was playing BY Luffy. I didn't also see Gecko until I was already about 10 cards left in deck.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was 10 cards. I filtered. I kept cycling Sabo and just putting myself into like advantageous game state. But she kept dropping Gecko after Gecko to whereas 2 of my Geckos were all bottom.
Gecko Morias.
Yeah, and that losing that way, it didn't feel bad because it was a hard fought game. We both played to the best of our capability, but definitely bricking back to back, and then just really not only dealt the blow to my to my psyche, but also seeing the same guy, the Nami players that I played, win the raffle twice from Perona.
He won the raffle twice!
Yeah, he did win the raffle twice, yeah.
My name was right below his! I could have gotten the Perona.
Like, obviously...
He won 2 Peronas through raffle, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be a pessimistic person because that's completely obvious, guaranteed by... It's more so... It's a game of chance. It's RNG for him. To do that, and the stakes for that is like obviously kind of low, but it's still something that is able to occur, so I can't really be bad about that. But my biggest takeaway from the tourney is like, don't crutch from the deck just because it's BDIF. I, as a person, I know how unlucky I am, not only in life but in TCGs, so I like to play decks that have either ways to hyper mill and see the cards that I need to see, or decks that low-key, I'm not gonna like helmet, and that will supersede into when we talk about our opioid experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gosh. So
100%.
I guess to recap, in total, between the 4 of us, we got 1 Perona.
One Perona!
That's all we need, baby.
The Swabbers got it.
That's a W! We're gonna frame her on the fucking brig of the ship, etc. Until we're swapping the deck, it's like, she's right there. Different kind of tournament that I want to talk about now. Pre-release for OPO8.
Pre-release was fun.
Pre-release.
Can I open up? Holy shit, the drafting experience for OPO8 is absolutely terrible.
Oh my god.
I remember my first pre-release, I was like, this deck fucking sucks. I think it was the only pre-release I did too, because I actually didn't get to go to the second one that I signed up for, but gosh, like,
I've only played one so far too.
Yeah.
I will be playing in a second one tomorrow.
Oh,
actually.
Nice. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go. But yeah, it's like, I remember drafting my deck last week Friday, and I was like, dude, what is this? What is this garbage? Yeah. I was like, all right, let's just pull out the kid and let's pray that I get second and I play on my curve, because like literally like a quarter of the deck is just like 4 drops, and then like a couple 6 drops and 1 7 drop. I fortunately got a Jack.
Yeah.
Or no, I got a Kaido in my draft, and I'm like, oh, all right. Am I ever going to use this? I didn't. But
spoiler alert,
I didn't. I actually, okay, so in my very first draft, or my only draft, I ended up getting second place, and the store did it so that first, second, and third get the winner Marco. So I have, for my show and tell, my Marco today. But it's, so here, like the breakdown, my first opponent, as he was playing, I was playing normally, I didn't notice it, but then I did my kid ability, you know, resting 3 Dawn, trashing a card, restanding. He's like, wait, why did you trash a card? And I'm like, oh, no, that's part of the kid ability. And he's like, oh, it is. So, like, for 5 turns, he was in kid ability without trashing the cards. And
oh, my God.
Yeah, he felt embarrassed. He's like, no, I'm just going to give you the win. And I'm like,
wow.
Are you sure about that? He's like, yeah, no, I'm embarrassed about that. It's the first time I'm playing the leader. And I'm like, all right, you know.
He thought it was.
He thought it was just 3 Dawn, bro. If that was the case, Kid would still be meta at this point. I feel like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You didn't have to trash a card.
Mm-hmm. But
broken.
Yeah. So my opponent forfeited the first game, and then I think we played 5 games total that day, and they ended up going. I just kind of every game was the same. Like I managed to get the vanilla 4-drop 6K Marco that you get as a promo, or like a vanilla 4-drop 6K X Drake that has no counter. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll just play that out, play out everything else. I got my rushers. I got a King 7-drop AK King, and then also the 5-drop 6K Nekomamushi.
Oh
so
wow.
Yeah, so like I kept getting that and just playing that on curve because they had like more than 7 rested cards, and then just like rushed him down. My last matchup was against a Bonnie, and I messed up where I swung to the Viscount Hyoko, which just gave him a bigger body, and I'm like, well, why the fuck did I do that? But then it came down to like a couple swings, which I was like, I'm not too bummed because it still got my winner Marco, so like, hey, I'm still kicking ass in pre-release or in draft formats, which is probably one of my favorite ways to play like any card game. Just draft format is fun to me. Although, like I said, this fucking this format for OPO8 just sucks to draft. It's just like it's not good at all.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Set wise, OPO8 is one of the worst pre-release formats because of how many cards are locked behind a leader archetype.
Yeah,
I remember reading, I'm like, this card's crazy. Locked behind a Calgara. This card's crazy. You have to be Animal Kingdom Pirates. I was like, bro.
The 6-drop event that like KOs 2 6Ks.
You minus on?
Yeah, you minus on. It's like if your leader is Animal Kingdom Pirates or Big Mom Pirates.
Shit! Ocean, I was gonna include that to my deck, but I'm like, wait, I have to be Animal Kingdom Pirates or Big Mom Pirates.
Yeah. A bunch of the Wipe Your Pirates cards also required to be a Wipe Your Pirates leader.
Yeah.
Which
surprisingly, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But I remember yelling over to Marco and Aaron during the period. It's like, hey guys, would it be crazy if I played Marco?
A lot of people think who was it that decided or was about to play Ace that Aaron you're gonna let borrow?
It was Manny.
Yeah, Manny was just the 10 drop.
I actually would have been good, dude.
I think that would have been the move. I think it would have been better, honestly, because
just play a bunch of events.
Exactly.
There's
many.
Some
pretty saucy events.
He didn't do it though, and I think it betrayed him because he had a bunch of events. To be honest, he was like playing his pre-release, and he was like, "Damn, I should have taken that. should have borrowed that."
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
What about you guys for pre-release? I know we played in the same event, Mark and Aaron, but
yeah,
dude, can I talk about that Friday release, man? I was so sad, dude. I really didn't even want to play pre-release anymore because straight up, like, I went into pre-release and I was like, okay, I only want to pull like 1 of 3 cards, and like all 3 of them got pulled, and not by me. I was not the one pulling them. It was fun. Yeah. It was really messed up. I was like, man, like, why did I even come to pre-release, man? Like, everybody's pulling.
Everyone else in my pod, like, someone pulled a fucking alternate art Rayleigh. Someone else on the other table pulled manga Rayleigh.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, Adrian.
Yeah.
Orlando? Yeah.
And then it's like I see all this other shit getting pulled, and I'm like, all right, I see how my experience is gonna go for this pre-release.
No, yeah.
It was pretty disheartening, honestly.
Yeah. That's low-key how I felt, because I came in with low expectations, and I still was met with nothing. Albeit, like, yeah, they sound, oh, you're fucking ungrateful. You pulled Altart Chopper. I'm like, dude, Altart Chopper is going to be at least $20 to $30. I'm not going to charge anyone of that said value. And the fact that a Black Maria, even pre-release price, was already half of that price was insane to me.
Yup.
So I was just like, I traded it to Manny for $15 and, like, 2 beers and SR. I was like, bro, just I'd rather be able to deck build right now rather than just look at this chopper. Like, look, he's so cute, but he's so ass.
He's so cute.
Look, guys, he's adorable.
He's so cute.
What is it?
So ass.
Currently, like, I'm surprised at like how the prices for like pre-sale are significantly lower than every other set so far.
The set has been good.
Yeah, like. Distribution, it has been a lot better. Like, okay, speaking from since we all came from playing OPO1, so we've had
Mm-hmm.
our fair share of experiences. Like, oh my god, at least Bandai has come a long enough away to be able to produce enough products so that way we can actually play at a reasonably priced game. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was fearful for this game to end up like Flesh and Blood start, where every card was like 40 to 20
Oh
bucks
my
and you
god.
needed a playset of 4.
Uh,
But
Yeah.
yeah, pre-sale prices were reasonable. I did not, and like considering that we all come from the same LGS and we were pretty close to one another and other people who are not even part of this podcast, we always lower the price anyway. So
yeah,
I feel
definitely.
like it's a better time than it previously was, like compared to OPO2 pre-release and OPO3.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah.
No, 100%. Like every time I look at pre-sale prices, I'm like, nobody should pay this. Not just not just like the homies. Like I wouldn't want anyone to pay this price because it's like atrocious. You know what I mean? Like it's really bad. And I'm like, I don't even see like the real like benefit to like charging anybody either, because then you're like setting unrealistic expectations for yourself as somebody who wants to like make money during that time, where it's
Yeah.
like compared to now, like before like pre-release prices, like yeah, it was probably the best that you were gonna do in terms of like selling cards. So it's like I said, just unrealistic expectations for the entire player base, and very very toxic, honestly, because I
Yeah.
even considered not going to pre-release, because I'm like, well, like everybody's gonna try to like everybody's gonna pull all the stuff that I want, and then like I was very like
It's hard.
discouraged because of how the past ones have been. But I'm very surprised, and pleasantly so, that like the prices are more tame now than ever, and like that people can actually buy stuff during pre-release and not have it be that like super price gouged, market price on TCG Player or whatever. It's all very very affordable,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion.
I can.
Not everybody has access to the same amount of product and everything, so it could be more expensive other places.
Yeah.
But for sure, like right now for
I'm-
us, like it's been very kind.
I'm just pleasantly surprised that I can like basically buy the alternate arts of the newer cards that I need from Lucci at a relatively cheap price now. And it's like
Yeah.
Kaidos are $12. It's like, what the fuck, really?
Oh yeah, surprisingly it's
Yeah.
because it's a card that's not entirely run, but I think, disclaimer, I think that card's low-key kind of goated.
Yes, bro, because imagine you don't have Moria, like you're in the Lucci mirror, right?
Mhm.
And you don't have a Moria on your turn 9 going first. So you answered their Moria with 5k a leader, -1 to your Gecko, play Kaido, trash a card from your hand, and trash your Moria. Like,
It's
Ooh.
pretty good.
Yeah.
or
that's
you
pretty
miss
good.
your drop, because like most of the time you probably just want to clear their Moria back, right?
Yeah.
So like you miss your Moria drop and you trash their Moria, like after they like reestablish another one, you just trash it. And you're like, yeah, also trash another card from your hand, by the way. Like I think it's very good. I think it's an underrated card,
Yeah,
especially
for
because
sure.
it's like trash. No KO, by the way.
trash.
So like BY
Which is-
Lucy can't even protect
Yeah.
the Geckos. Like if they Sabo that same turn,
Mhm.
you're just like, cool, can't be KO'd. This doesn't KO. So
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
It's a very powerful card, I'd say, because like I'm definitely replacing Stussy with the Kaido now, and also just like, well, not now that the ban list is in full effect and trying to deck build and come up with new stuff for the toolbox. It's like Kaido just seems like such a valuable card to have. I'm like considering, I think most lists either run 2 Kaidos, I believe.
I'm running 2 in my list, yeah.
Yeah, I would run 2, maybe even bump it up to 3 if I really wanted more of them. But I think 2 is like a very comfortable number to have Kaidos in the Lucci list. It really is a very good card to trash a 7 drop or lower. So it's like, if literally any 10 drop, it's like, okay, Tempest Kick, or if you're running Soap Sheep, if you're that kind of person.
Soap Sheep, yeah.
Soap Sheep. Soap Sheep,
Soap Sheep
swing.
Soap Sheeps are
Value into like tall bodies now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of, I think we underestimated that a little bit. I think on release people were like, oh, you only get to use it once, and it's like you only need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to
exactly.
use it twice.
I'm building a
And
body,
if you
and
could,
we're
it would
both going down one card. So
Yeah.
exactly. Like, if you could use it every turn, you would ask that card to be banned. You know what I mean? So like, it's a good.
yeah,
Like we were talking about, like how everything in this set is like leader locked except Black Maria. Like
actually, though, yeah.
Hey, hold on.
that's the card that actually matters.
Hold on.
Anyways,
Carrot's not leader locked.
Carrot's not leader
Carrot's
locked. I
not
think
leader
Carrot's a
locked.
fair card though because it's
Yeah.
one character. If it was two, I'd be like, ban that card too.
Red-
Get it
On
Red
out.
did
What the
play
heck?
and on attack.
And attack. I think that's fair. I think it's fair because it has like it's broad enough to where it's useful, and then it's specific enough so that you can't like freeze everything. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing like Perona, obviously you could freeze literally anything because you're just like Ice Age, rest, freeze,
Yeah.
and like just do that all day. You know what I mean? But like that requires combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Requires another hand or another card in hand. But yeah, so like I'm happy with the way they've been balancing stuff in terms of like leader locking it and making sure that like it's not every turn you get to trash 7k body and make your opponent trash card from, and like as powerful as the leaders are becoming, I think the main deck cards are slowly starting to like come back down in terms of power. I think that's the way it should be, right? Like that's your captain. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
people say
they're
that
supposed to
when they
be.
they're like, I attack your captain, and I don't even correct them because I'm like, yeah, man, honestly, I would rather be called that than leader too. Like it's
Oh wait, I'm not even conscious of what
So-
I say. What do I even call it?
What?
I say leader.
I
just
think
say
I say
leader.
leader too.
I always say
Yeah.
leader, yeah.
Yeah.
And then whenever
Well,
I
like,
swing
I
into a
kinda respect
character that
that,
is the
like-
same as a leader, I always say I'll swing into character name, not leader.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like playing those games with people. I'm like, no. We're gonna make this clear as possible. So then that way, if they like look at their life and they're like, oh yeah, I thought you meant character, or I thought you meant leader. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
We can fix it. Put that back. Just put it back. I swung at the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to briefly touch on because you guys have been able to play in one tournament now with OP08, right? And well, I only got to hear
Right.
very briefly. Well, Mark and Aaron did, but very briefly, just like what are people playing, right? In this for a few steps of this brand new meta. You know, what did you guys see? Any whack shit? Any
Oh.
any crazy stuff?
You go first with that Marco list. I want you to start spitting with that because oh my god, dude.
So I was on Twitter the other day, and hold on, wait. Let me pull up this
on
first,
Twitter.
because I took this list and I told them that I would tell them how well I did with this deck. So I have to make that tweet later. First of all, secondly, David Ogburn posted a Marco list that's essentially just Dofi, because you're playing like the 7 Warlords package, and then you're also playing drop Dofi from OPO7 because it's Dofi ability. Your leader as is
Yeah, that's
Perona,
a cost.
and then that 3-drop Dofi is Dofi ability for 2,
Oh.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So essentially, for the same amount of fun, you get to play out a body off the top. But in my testing, I found that it's not as strong as just playing out like Jinbei Weevil from your hand anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's an aggro deck, you want to go first. So like you're almost never like going second, and then it's mostly for your like your third turn play. And like I said, at that point I would rather just see a different card, you know what I mean, for my turn 2, or swing 8 and then like play Jinbei Weevil on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the main thing is that it lets you see deeper into your deck, right? Because you draw a new card, you place the Jinbei on top, and then you use the Dofi to play the Jinbei, and then Jinbei plays Weevil, and then that gets you like one card deeper, right? So like that's the theory behind that card, but I don't think that's strong enough for it to like warrant a 4 of spot. I actually cut it down to 2 right before the tournament started.
Mm-hmm.
I cut it down to 2, and in that list there's also 2 Kaya, and I'm like, I'm never gonna play Kaya to like dig deeper into my deck because I'm using leader ability every turn. It's literally Sokka. You're like, even if you put an old card on top of your deck and then leader ability again, you saw a new card. Like I don't like the maths, you know, because
Yeah.
you draw for
That's bad.
turn
The
and
math
then you
is
use leader.
mathing.
Right? So I just think that at the moment the deck requires a lot of matchup knowledge, which I have none of because it's literally just the
Yeah,
The
start
new
of
leader,
yeah.
yeah.
So, my first round, I played against a Bonnie player. Shout out to Emilio. He's a good player. I think that like sometimes he tunnels into his plays because he wants it to be the right one
Mm.
instead of I'm just like going over what the actual correct play is in that scenario. And that's not to diss him. It's just it happens because it's too much sometimes. You know, like your opponent's got like 5 characters on board, 6 cards in hand and 2 life, and you're like, can I go for game? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like I totally understand. I faked them out too because I left one Dawn open to represent Radbeam, even though I don't play that in my deck.
Oh
And
my
so he
god.
immediately-
Never do that.
He bluffed. Ah.
He's just like me.
Well,
You play the
I was
element of
staring down-
surprise.
So I was staring down a 9-drop Zoro, a 10-drop Dofi, his leader swing, and then Hody Jones. Okay,
Oh.
like I knew he had the Hody in his hand, so I had to bluff Radbeam super hard. And then
That's insane.
so he played Hody, and I was telling him, I was like, I think that actually stopped you from being able to go for game, because I think if you start with the Dofi swing, and then I have to Radbeam because I had 3 life, and if I take any of those hits, he just goes. If I take the 10, he just goes 16, 16, 16 with Zoro, and I
Yeah.
die. Like, there's no way, right? So I was like, I think you just swing with the Dofi first, and if I don't Rad Beam, or if I give you 3 cards, then you know you can play Hody and like push for game, right?
Yeah.
And so he was very receptive to it, and I appreciate that because it's like I know that sometimes it's very hard to like accept advice from people who like
Beat you.
beat you, especially right after the game.
I know.
Oh yeah.
It was really cool that
It's like the classic Smash
like
Bros.
sat
thing.
down with me.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to, he's like, you didn't even have it, you just like bluffed it. And I was like, well, it was that or lose, so yes. And,
Yeah.
it's not a-
Psychological warfare.
That's a situation of you don't just play against the deck, you play against the player too. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
And like like I said, I really appreciate that he was like cool about it. He was like, nah man, like you had it, like you did good, like that was good. And like we got to talk about it. But round 2 I played against Mark. Oh my god.
Mark, what
He's
were
on
you
pudding
playing?
And I'm on Mark.
Let me put the helmet on and put pudding. Let me put the helmet on because yeah, I was on pudding. I'll explain my side of it. So I was playing pudding. I literally was playing a list that ran 4 ofs and just straight consistency of Big Mom Pirates and Animal Kingdom. And I'm not gonna lie, that list did not feel good. So I ended up just throwing in last minute 4 Bon Clays and 2 5-drop Missile Wednesdays. And that fixed the deck insanely. I'll preface our game was that Aaron had already showed me his deck list, so I knew it was all straight gas. But the fact that from turns 2 to turns 5 was just straight Jinbei, Edward Weevil. Oh, Border God bottom life because of my 9-drop mom, or I was able to swing into it. Oh, 7-drop ace. Swing into your board, minus it with leader effect. Minus the ace. Swing into your tall body. Oh, dragon. Leader effect. Swing. Kill your ace. I was like,
Damn.
not only was he putting gas through all of our game, but he was able to build body after body behind it. And I think that's the wave for Marco for this list, considering that we don't have the entirety of the starter deck that completes Marco, because 5/6 ace from the starter is insane. Permanent card, just 5/6
Super sticky.
Super sticky.
Rush.
You have ways to just spit it out. Yeah, rush if you're a Whitebeard Pirates leader. Like this, the cards that come from out of that deck not only support the playstyle that Aaron does, but increase its consistency and scale its power probably to a tier 1 deck now, because 7-drop Whitebeard's insane. 5/6 ace is insane. But
I genuinely believe in this deck. Like it's
Yeah,
so disgusting, and like I think if I had just like played my my third round better, there was no way I was winning in our game. We did the math.
we did the math. Yeah. What got it was he had the board, but I also had a component in my last life.
Oh.
Yeah, yellow win. That's why I say put the helmet on and play pudding.
Wait. But not just that. You healed that Capone too.
Yeah.
You had no life. 10
I
dropped
10
it. Or no,
bombed.
wait. Yeah, you 10 bombed into it. And I was just like, yeah, you got it, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad because I
got
was
it.
with like 2-1 life for the majority of our game. Yeah.
So the reason why too is because I had to go, like, the best way to play around like yellow trigs is like to go wide, right?
Mhm.
But the problem is that dragon costs 8. So I couldn't play dragon attached, or I couldn't attach 2 Dawn to Jinbei, swing 7, and then play dragon attach 2 rested Dawn to my leader, swing 7 without losing to Capone, because it's just like can't swing 7 again and still play dragon.
What saved me primarily in our game too was 9-drop bomb, like back to back, because not only getting rid of Edward Weevil and healing a life,
Healing.
it's the healing. That card I think is the MVP of the deck. Not even more so than 10-drop bomb.
I think so, yeah. Because you can flampe like a face-up life and then play the 9 mom, and you can, because of the flampe, you can like reorganize your life. So like if your last life is you're the one who should disappear and it's face up, you just take the one underneath, and you go, all right, that's my last life now, and then you heal another one, and you're like, now I have 3 life.
Yeah, that's why I say put the helmet on. It's pudding. It's pudding.
But we played another game after our tournament game.
He bent me over.
And yo, I put the gas. And I showed it. I hit him with the kerosene.
I showed him what's up.
I hit 10 Dawn, but I was 0 life by that turn. Even with the ramp, it was that fast. It was just A's.
You couldn't even ramp fast enough.
I ramped twice, but was not able to keep up with how fast the deck was going. Because the 7 Warlord engine it's a direct counter to just any deck that just says, okay, you know what, I'm gonna play tall body. You know, if you don't give me cards, yeah, you're kind of boned.
Yeah, because I kept being able to play like Jinbei plus another body every turn. Every time you swung into it, it was like a free block. So I just got to be like, oh, you're swinging 7? That's too many cards. You got it, bro. And then establish 2 more bodies.
Yeah.
And then I think at some point either I stopped swinging at you, or you just didn't have a board anymore. So like you had to like swing 5s into my guys and then play a tall body.
It ended up like that.
So because of that, I got to play my aces, my 7-drop ace, and use leader ability to like minus his board, and then use my characters to swing into it and then clear board, and then it's like repeating that cycle over and over again because of 7-drop ace. And it was like Marco is like the truth right now, honestly. And like I think that the only thing that truly changes, at least for me, like once the starters come out for this variation of the list, is going to be 5-drop ace instead of Jozu. That's another card I didn't really like. Again, shout out to Ogburn for posting that list, but I genuinely think that like the deck has enough board control without Jozu, because you run 4 7-drop ace, you run 2 gravity blade, and then you have leader ability, so your board is removal for their board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like as soon as you give up board, that's when you start losing, right? So like having to bounce one of your own characters, regardless if it's a Sengoku or not, I think is like too much tempo in their favor, even if you're removing one of their bodies, because it's like you either get a 2K back in your hand, or you miss out on like a potential swing, right? Like you could attach 1 Dawn to leader, minus something, use 7-drop ace to minus it again, and go, I'm gonna use this Sengoku to swing at your guy, swing 2 into 2, and your opponent has to go, am I really gonna give up a 1K right now, or am I gonna let my body die? You know, like that's like it's such a hard decision to make for anybody. Me, I'm crazy. I'd be like, you swung 2, free block. I'll give you my 6K blocker, and they're just like, I'm finished. So my round 3, I played against a BY Luffy, and I just didn't trust the strat. I tried to play it slow, but I didn't play like I was trying to play slow. I was playing like I was trying to play fast and go wide. So that like really shot myself in the foot. And then he just played like 2 Gecko Morias, and he didn't swing with them. And I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of cooked, bro. Like, and I couldn't play my tall bodies because he kept bringing back Kuzan off the Geckos. After I grabbed one,
That's so rough.
He trashed one out of his life with Sabo.
Oh wow!
And I was like, all right, bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of lucky, but like, you know, I played it wrong too. We played another game, and I just let him get 11 cards in hand, and I just puddinged him, and then that just won me the game from there.
When you
so -6 with pudding.
Super. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
so good.
That would almost seem like that's like the correct way to play that matchup, right? Because like in Marco, you're drawing so many cards anyways, you're bound to find that pudding, right?
Yeah, and I only play it at 2. I saw it every game.
That's my point.
Every game.
That's my point. Is if you
like
if your regular strategy is less like an incredible rush down deck where you're just like pushing, or you're just pushing game like really really quickly, if you can push like really really hard, like even before their Gecko Moria turn, it's probably just worth it. It's probably just worth it at that point, even if they're going to use their leader ability, because like they're just going to have like 12 cards in hand.
Exactly.
And BY just hates it when you go, have a pudding.
I told him that too. I was like, yeah, I misplayed, because the way to play that matchup slowly is to just let them have like 8 billion cards in hand and then just play the pudding.
Yep.
And then play it fast, just play out your bodies and you just swing at them and put them down to 0 life at like turn 8. So then that way they have to give 3 cards at least in order to pump their leader to 9. And then from there, it's like basically like you putting them, you know what I mean, depending on how much they're taking their own life and drawing cards. So it was like a very eye-opening experience for me to like recognize how this leader navigates, 1, already established decks in BY Luffy and Bonnie, and then 2, how it plays into newer decks like Pudding, which is very good. Just you gotta not get Caponed out of life.
Yeah,
that's part of it, but the other thing is also just like playing smarter, in my opinion. Like I definitely like played into that as well. Like I should have protected my life a little bit more so that I don't die to a dead mom into like swing 10k, swing 12 at you, you're dead. You know, there was a way to play around it. So I for sure have a better grasp on like how I want to play this deck into the upcoming meta. I think Lucci is going to be tough though, unless I'm like 9-bearding or doing dragon back to back. Like, I don't think that matchup is very good for me. I think I go second and I just go Jinbei Weevil turn 2 and just go from there.
Soap sheep.
Played out from there.
Yeah.
They soap sheep me. I'm like, hey, you got it, bro.
You got it.
It's this is gonna be very exciting to see just how it shapes up. I wish I could play more this month, but I'm just so busy this whole month. I'm not gonna play until like October. But gosh, like you guys gotta like be the reporters on the ground. You know, you gotta be seeing what the fuck's going on.
Tomorrow, it's like I have a pre-release, but like I know I'm probably gonna try to show up early to see if I could like catch some games with people of 08, just because like I'm itching to play 08 right now. Like I've got my Luffy list ready with these 9 moms, and I am ready to play right now, man. I think
a second altar, by the way.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I got the second alt art today, which is all I need because I'm only gonna play 2 9 moms. I'm on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm on 8 high drops. Yeah. I'm on 8 high drops right now.
I can't wait. I can't wait to play Lucci. I still need to update my deck, or I need to cook something up. I need to like refine the toolbox.
Refine the toolbox.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, actually just play 8 Gecko Moria.
I've actually I've gotten over. I have me. The allegations are true.
Huh?
Me and Useless Captain Mid are no longer broken up.
Hey.
We are no longer broken up. Me and Useless Captain Mid, we're homies now. Let's just say if I can
It's
if I can
true.
double ramp on a turn, I'm playing. I'm on the fence about 4 Mr. Twos. I'm on 3 right now, thinking about going to 4. It would be an easy swap because I'm playing 2 4-drop 6Ks. I'm playing 2 vanillas in the list. It would be an easy swap, but it's mostly to deal with Reiju. It's mostly to
Fair
deal with
enough.
Reiju because Bond Clay gives me like those free swings. It gives me like a 7K swing into one of their 5.
Well,
Oh,
oh,
big
oh.
wiener, big wiener.
Ground control to big wiener.
No, big wiener.
No, we've lost it. Well, actually,
the balls have been disconnected.
holy shit. Well, I wanted to talk about something else, but like we actually did just hit an hour, and Richard, we've lost connection with Richard.
I know.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
He's
oh,
back.
no.
The balls have been connected. The balls have been connected.
No, I definitely think that it's
Wait,
a
it's
like
just frozen
we have a
on
lot
his
to
face
talk
again.
about.
Oh shit!
I
All
think,
right.
you know, maybe we could add like in a little extra, or like record like a secondary thing. To
Deck
add
Swabbers below decks.
Yeah, low deck. Oh, that sounds kind
Oh
of.
shit!
That sounds kind of.
All right. Yeah. No, we did hit an hour. We are losing connection, but like, yeah. Gosh, I guess takeaways. It's just an exciting time to be playing One Piece. Still.
Fresh meta.
100%.
Rush meta. No.
Fresh meta. Love it.
I guess
enjoying it.
If Richard's hopping in, yeah, he's here. I want to talk about
Bro,
last thing.
Hold on, was I talking and then like it just like crapped out?
It just crapped out.
For the
Yeah.
last second,
No, I
yeah.
was still talking for like a whole minute.
That's crazy.
We tried to tell you, brother. No, sorry.
Dude,
Yeah.
I apologize to like anyone watching the YouTube video. I have good internet.
I don't.
I
Fuck
have
you guys.
I have a terrible computer.
Don't worry about
But
it.
anyways, you kind of continue.
Yeah, just
Close
one
it.
last
We're-
thing, because
We're just gonna wrap it up.
Yeah,
as we are entering, the greater part of the One Piece
Uncharted
community.
waters.
Who are some of your favorite content creators of this community?
Oh shit! I totally forgot about that. I ain't gonna
All
lie.
right, all right.
Let me go down my
I'll-
subscription. Hold on.
I'll go ahead. I'll start first. There's this guy that got recommended to me recently, and I've been watching his videos. And he has this video series that's like really good and it's really funny called 1 Liter 3 Decks. His name is Real_Joshua.
Yes, I've been watching him.
He-
I agree.
I feel like his vibes are just immaculate, dude. Like I haven't tuned into any of his streams yet, but I would love to tune into one of like his deck
I
building
love
streams.
that concept too. What he does, yeah.
Yeah,
One deck.
it's so fun. And I
Yeah.
actually tried out. He recently did like a Red Green Law video, and he did like a super fast, like all rushers, like you just film and rusher package, which is just like I tried out. I'm like, maybe this
Funny.
can be good in the meta, you know?
Funny.
Just rush.
Ward. Go ward.
No, but yeah, I think that's one of my favorite content creators at the moment, Real_Joshua. And I also still watch Cardi Kaizoku, but like, yeah, his videos are always like informative and
Yeah.
like his deck lists and such. What about you guys?
So for me, actually, this is going to be less likely known, maybe more so for the Eastern players, but this is actually an LGS that is owned by 2 people. The card shop's name is Card Mountain, and these 2 players,
nice.
they are very much at the forefront of exploration. They very much test lots of decks on release and print out samples and proxy cards, which I take a lot of what their gameplay in their analysis and also their observations shows. And without their YouTube channel, I don't think I would have teched as much as I would have with them. But I'm grateful for the content they post because they're necessarily a little bit low key. But when I go back to Japan, I plan on visiting the shop and like
That's
giving my
cool.
thanks for that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sick.
shout outs to the Card Mountain, great content. Always frequently uploading and very explorative and creative because without that I like I said I wouldn't be able to tech and wouldn't be able to see lines of cards that were actually useful.
Yeah, that's cool. What about you guys?
For me, I'm like, I definitely have to I have to play things for myself. Like when I see it and someone's trying to explain it to me, I'm definitely one of those people that are like, yeah, all right, buddy, like I'm sure that's exactly how. And like I play for myself.
Is
like,
Scarp the next best deck in OPO8?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
So I mostly enjoy content that like I can just put on in the background and just like watch and like analyze for myself. So I thoroughly enjoy like a lot of like POV stuff. So like Crow TCG, shout out Brandon,
Shout out to
Mr.
Brandon.
Tang.
Brandon
I
Tang.
think he pretty much always puts on like a good game versus his opponents, and I think that like the more that you watch his videos, the more that you understand why he makes the plays he makes without him having to like go into an in-depth analysis about it. You know, as much as that we like to do that, I know, but you know, we're doing a podcast. It's different,
Yeah.
right? This is an hour long. His videos are 15 minutes, so like adding in all the analysis would make it exactly the same amount of time, right? So like I definitely appreciate his videos a lot. Shout out to Brandon again. Keep uploading, brother. Hope OPO8 treats you well.
Yeah.
What about you, Richard? Who's one of your favorite creators?
You know, I watch a couple of content creators. For the most part, I watch a lot of like, I don't know, like if I'm about to butcher this. It's Azarav D Chaz. I watch his content.
Yeah.
I watch his content. It's mostly like opening stuff, and then like sometimes he'll make like set reviews and stuff. It's not a ton of gameplay. I don't watch too much gameplay One Piece stuff for the most part, just because I like Aaron said, I kind of just like playing stuff myself. I would rather just like play the game myself. It's like the only time I really watch the game and
No.
instead of watching the content of like people playing. Oh my god, it happened again.
Yeah. Briefly. We're good.
Oh my god, kill me. Anyways, to summarize, I guess, to make it quicker, basically what I was saying is that I don't watch a lot of the content where people play games just specifically because I would rather play the game myself. And then when I do watch the content where people are playing, it's mostly just like streams, like re-streams of like top tournaments and stuff like that. I really like watching top players play against each other with just like commentary, from someone who's like re-watching them. I think there was a channel. I don't know the name of the channel because I don't think I'm subbed to them. I straight up just like look up their video. I just like look up Japan like top whatever tournament and like this. It's always the same channel because I recognize the voice, but they'll just like they'll recap in English basically what they think is happening. They don't always get it right because they'll say stuff. They'll be saying stuff and then they don't always know what the cards exactly do. They'll be like, oh, they can do that here because this is what that card does. And I'm like, wait, that's not how that works.
That ain't what it do.
I'm like, that ain't what it do, but you got heart.
I like how...
But I do watch a decent amount of like Azarath D Chaz. Sometimes I watch Card D Kaizoku. I'm not gonna lie, that it's that one's a little harder. That one's a little harder for me to watch. Like no shade. It's just like
his voice just
it's
get a
just
little
like-
bit like monotony, but it's just like
yeah, it's like it might be the voice, but then like the like intros where like he's the like joke intros where he's telling people to subscribe while using clips of like One Piece or whatever. It sometimes makes me laugh, and sometimes I'm like.
Yeah, when he does the songs for like specific leaders as well.
Yeah,
it's just like,
that dude.
Lucci
I get it though.
Yeah.
No, like no shade. It's cool. I like his content. I can't always watch it.
It's hard to digest.
Yeah, it's a little harder to digest. But I do still watch his content, and I am subscribed. So, and then Kuro TCG. I do watch his content. He's pretty goated. I do like webcam gameplay, which is like pretty unique. Not a ton of people do that, so it's pretty fun to watch. I do
I
like
watching them cheaters, bro. They got some tech now.
Green screens and shit, dude.
Yeah, the green screen stuff, that was crazy.
Oh.
I cannot believe that.
That'll be a topic for a different day, dude.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
insane,
cheating
bro.
wave is insane. Like,
Another
We
not
definitely gotta get
down.
that on the next one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time. But gosh,
We will talk about it next time.
I just want to add like real quick. I like when we listed all these people. No one said Magman. Probably the biggest guy.
I follow him on Twitter.
Honestly, it's
follow
funny
him on
because
Twitter.
I know him personally too from Dragon Ball, which is the funniest part. Aiden, I'm sorry if you ever stumble upon this video and you decide to get big. You are in the back of my mind. I still remember all the Dragon Ball days and how you called me out when we were playing at Comic Con. But that's aside from the fact that you called me scummy for being playing Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Okay, I enjoy restanding 2 Dawn / Energy. Okay.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you all in 2 weeks once more as we discover more on these rough waters of the opioid meta.
Oh, I love it here.
Uh,
Oh my god. No, whoa, interfected.
All right. Good night, y'all. See ya.
Good night.
Good night.